How you doing, grandkids? It's your grandpa Darnell. Just want to talk to you guys a little bit about your great-grandmother, my mother, Barbara. I might get choked up talking about her because she's no longer with us at this time. But I want to take you guys to the way back machine, 1984. Take a look at this. See all these beautiful people? This is your granddad and his brothers and sisters and mom and dad back in 1984. Hopefully the camera can focus on that. So we'll start right there. That's your Uncle Cleophas, that beautiful woman right there. That's your great grandma Barbara, your great grandpa Bill, your great aunt Precious. I call her Chocolate City because she's the most beautiful dark-skinned woman you'll ever meet. That's your great uncle Rome or Jerome. He's beefcake. He's like 6'2", 2% body fat. He's in the army. He's a captain. Dude is beefcake. And that handsome gentleman right there with the ginormous glasses is your grandpa Darnell. Oh, here we go. Just a little better. So you can just take a look at this. Yeah, it's 1984. Aren't we beautiful? Yeah, we look kind of weird back in the day. But let me tell you about your great-grandma, Barbara. She was a cosmetologist, and I don't know, she seemed like she always wanted to do hair. She was a crazy woman sometimes. Sometimes she'd just be happy as can be, and other times she just would just go off. And that's why we loved her. One of the stories that I think about all the time, especially since she's been passed away, was when we would come home from school, especially on a Friday, and your great grandpa Bill would be out of town. We'd be about a block away from the house, and we're we're coming down the street, and we'd hear gospel music just blaring out of the house. And the closer we got, like, far away you can't exactly tell. You just hear a lot of thumping and bumping. You say, okay, that's music. I hope that's not coming from our house. And then as you get closer, you can hear, okay, it's gospel music. We know what that means. And so, yeah, when your great-grandma was bumping the gospel music, that means it was house cleaning time. Your great-grandma was a clean freak. So, when she had spare time, she was bored, she was angry, she liked to clean. And you go in that house, you couldn't even hear yourself think. She's bumping just old school gospel music, clean the house, and we get in the house, we got a list of chores. I'm talking about cleaning up under the floorboards, not the floorboards, but up under the floorboards, and just crazy cleaning. And that was mainly because she loved your great grandpa, because your great grandpa would go out of town on these business trips, and you got to realize, this is 1984, and it was rare for a black man to be a business executive and go on business trips. And she was really proud of him, and he would come home on a Monday or maybe possibly the weekend, and she just wanted to make sure that the house was nice and clean for her man. And when I was younger, I didn't understand that. I was like, why are we doing all this cleaning? The house is already clean. But in her mind, she said, okay, my man is busting his ass. And at that time, we lived in Johnson County, Kansas. And I think at that time, there was maybe 3%. The black population in Johnson County at the time was maybe 3%. So at my school, there were 3 black kids. There was me and my 2 brothers. That was, that was all the black kids at the school. And we're in this white man's world. And she was just proud of him. We lived in a white neighborhood. And she wanted the lawn to be meticulous, the garage was clean, the house was clean, the outside of the house clean, the outside windows were clean, the trees were clean, the curb around the house was clean, and that was all in preparation for when great grandpa would come home, so he could pull up and be proud, and walk with his head up, because times were hard. Obviously they weren't as hard as they were in the 60s. When great grandma and great grandpa was growing up, but even in the early 80s, things were pretty difficult. And she just did all she could, to make great grandpa feel proud. And I think about that now, and I think about, how she taught me, what it was for a woman to love a man. And so the lesson I want to convey to you grandkids is that, especially my great granddaughters or my granddaughters, think about what it is to love your man, to do all you can for your man, and at the same time, make sure that man is worthy of all that love, because your great grandpa was worthy of the love that great grandma showed him, and they were together, up until her death. All right, this is your. See, I'm kind of tearing up now thinking about her, but this is your grandpa, and I'll talk to you next time.